All right, guys. So in the last video, we talked about wanting to figure out what on earth this word phrasing means in this context or in this situation, right? And so we said that I'd probably have to look a little bit before it and look a little bit after it to see if I can figure out what that word means. So I looked before it, and then I saw that it mentions driving beats and catchy guitar riffs, which are short series of notes that repeat throughout the song. That was one thing that I picked out. And then as I kept reading here just now, I saw that it says that Barry was grouping notes into quick bursts as that double note stop where you get the two notes bending against each other. I think I'm also going to highlight that part because that also sounds like they're describing what this word phrasing means. These quick bursts of notes, like that double note stop where you get the notes bending against each other. So I'm going to kind of put both of those quotes in there, right? I'm going to put both of those pieces in there. So the context clues, or the clues that I could find in the text around that word, right, in that situation, is I would say, all right, well, the first one that I found says short series of notes that repeat throughout the song. Short series of notes that repeat throughout a song. That was the first piece that I saw. That's kind of helping me figure out what phrasing means. And then the second piece that I'll type right below this is what I just picked out that came after that word, right? Is it said that double note stop where you get the two notes bending against each other. I'm going to quote that one too. And I'm putting quotes because obviously I'm putting exactly what it said, right? That double note stop where, see how they say it specifically, because if I'm quoting it, I have to say it exactly. So that double note stop where you get the two notes bending against each other. Where you get the two notes bending against each other, right? So these are my two pieces of evidence that help me figure out what on earth this word phrasing means in this situation, in this context, right? So if I look down, it says on the lines below, state the technical meaning of the word phrasing and then explain how the context helped you figure it out. Well, based on these two quotes, I can kind of piece that together in my brain and figure out what phrasing is, right? Phrasing is grouping, oh boy. Phrasing is grouping a short series of notes together where the notes bend against each other, right? So phrasing is a short series of notes, grouping a short series of notes together, and the notes might bend against each other or make kind of like a new sound, right? So these lines from the context helped me to figure out what the word phrasing means in music, right? So again, if I didn't know what that word phrasing meant, all I had to do was look in the story and find the words and sentences around it. And then when I looked at those a little bit, I was able to figure out, okay, well, phrasing has to have something to do with grouping notes together. And it has to have something to do with how the notes interact together. So by using these two quotes up here, I was able to figure out that phrasing means grouping notes together to make a certain type of musical sound, right? And that's kind of what I put down here, okay? So let me move this up so you can copy it down a little bit. And then that was on page 96. So once you get this copy down into your book or your online copy, you can upload this to Canvas. And in the next video, I'll show you how to do the pages that come after it. See you in the next one.